Hello and welcome to ICT for Teachers. Of late, have you found yourself using digital content in most of your teaching? And do you sometimes get frustrated by the fact that the content you want to use is not in digital form? In today's video, I want to share with you the methods that I use to ensure that most of my content is in digital form. The methods which I use to create digital content are as follows. Number one, I can type content in a word processor such as Microsoft Word and then edit the same. Number two, I can scan already existing documents. Number three, I can take photographs of existing documents or even what I've written on the whiteboard. And number four, I can search online for existing documents. And when I talk about creating digital content, I'm talking about content which is text-based. Now, sometimes I get frustrated by the fact that when I go online searching for something that I need, I find that it is not exactly what I have in mind. So I'm forced to create my own or modify that which I get online to suit my situation. That is the first handicap that I get. The second handicap is that when it comes to typing content in a word processor, that process can be long and tedious. It is tedious in the sense that the content already exists in a document, in my textbook, or in my file. And then I have to transfer it from that document into Microsoft Word. This process can be tedious and can take a very long time. So I usually like to scan that document into my computer. And when I cannot do that, I simply take a photograph of the existing document. Once it is in my computer, I can use it, although that one comes with certain handicaps. Let me share with you one of the documents that I use frequently, and then I'll show you how you can create your own in your own subject. Now, this is a PDF document. It has 1,204 pages. It consists of my reference textbooks as far as my syllabus is concerned. It has 4 textbooks, Book 1, Book 2, Book 3, and Book 4. When it comes to using this textbook, my PDF document has got a neat navigation on the left-hand side where I've got the 4 textbooks as the main heading. Then when I want to go to any of the chapters, I'll just click and it's going to reveal the topics which are nested in that book. For example, today I was creating a lesson plan in the topic Current Electricity 2. If I want to go to that page, I just click on that tab and that topic appears here. You will agree with me that when you are scrolling through a document with very many pages, it is important that that document has a navigation. Good documents usually have navigations. So be careful to check on this. If you get any PDF document, usually check on these icons here. You'll see one of the icons here. This particular icon, it shows that when you check on the left hand side, you'll be able to see this icon here, which tells you that there is a navigation in the form of text that exists. There is another icon here, which if you click on it, it shows a navigation fine, but it comes in terms of icons for the pages. This one may not be so helpful because I prefer this because it is in text form and it can tell me the chapter, and once I click there, I can go to the exact chapter. In later videos, I'll be able to show you how you can create this navigation in a PDF document. But today, I want to show you how you scan your textbook using a standard scanner in order to convert those pages into PDF. Let me emphasize that there's many scanners that we have nowadays. Some of these scanners are in our mobile phones. But when you scan that document using that scanner, you find that although it is a PDF, it's actually just taking pictures of those pages. And when it comes to copying text and pasting, it prevents you from doing that, or you are unable to do it. For example, if I want to copy and paste this textbook on a document which I'm preparing, I just need to put my cursor here, and you can see the shape of the cursor. Distinguish that shape of the cursor, which is a vertical line and it is blinking, with this other shape of the cursor here. You can see this other shape here. This other shape of the scanner, which is a plus sign, shows that this part of the page has been scanned as a photograph or as a picture. But this other page here, this other part of the page has been scanned using optical character recognition software. That is why I would recommend that when you scan documents, you use standard scanners. Sometimes when you get these documents, be it online or somebody has scanned a past paper and sent it over to you, it becomes very difficult to copy and paste the text. That is why I'm using this. For example, today I was preparing a lesson plan using my lesson plan document template. A few days ago, I talked about the need to put all your lesson plans in your subject in one document, and there is a neat navigation again on the left-hand side for you to be able to access any lesson plan which you prepare at any one time, and you access this in the subsequent years. So if you have not seen this video, just click on the video that I've given up there so that you can be able to see how this document is used. In the document that I'm using today, I have updated that lesson plan document in this way. For every topic, for example, in Form 3, if I go to this topic number 25, which is current electricity 2, and I click on it, if I expand that tab, you'll find that instead of giving you 5 subtopics, I've given you 10 of them, because you might want to make very detailed lesson plans on one small concept. So let's go to this lesson plan that I was making today. I've talked about on how to update all this, and it is very fast. I want to show you how to use the document that I've just shown you with this new document that I'm preparing, because this is one of the documents that I have to prepare from scratch. I have to type this information into the lesson plan template. Okay, let me go to my textbook, and over here, let's assume this is what I was interested in. I will just come, select it, then Control C, that is copy, and then I go back to my lesson planning. This is where I had pasted that information, so I'm going to repaste it again. So I'm going to select that region where I want to paste the text, and then I'm going to paste it as plain text. Do not take this option here, because this option brings together the formatting of the document where you got that text from. In other words, it keeps the source formatting. It's not a good option, because you'll go through the trouble of removing that formatting and then using the new formatting on your new document. So I would propose that you paste it as plain text, and you click there and it goes here. You can see now this one allows you to edit your text the way you want. You can see all that. And it is easier to type a lot of text in a document very fast, because what you've done is just copied and pasted. Now, if your PDF document comes as a picture or it was scanned as a picture, it's not possible to do this. And you may have tried this with some of the PDF documents which are circulating on social media. You find that somebody uses a mobile phone scanner which scans the document as a picture, and it is a PDF, and when it lands in your device, you find that you are unable to copy and paste that text. That's why I want to go through the proper method of scanning documents using a standard scanner and show you the various file types that are available when you are scanning the documents. Before I leave this page, I want to alert you that the second changes I've made to this lesson plan document template is that I've added next to the subtopic, instead of just calling it subtopic and leaving it at that, I have added this, or concept, because what you might be wanting to teach here is a particular concept. And by the way, subtopics are the various concepts which we find within a major topic. So when it comes to objectives, I've also referred to them as learning outcomes, because elsewhere in other regions, these are referred to as learning outcomes, but they mean exactly the same thing. When it comes to preliminary skills and knowledge, I've also added the word concept, because when the student comes into your class, that student has certain knowledge of certain concepts. It may be a skill or an idea, a concept. So I've added the word concept there so that it can be useful to more teachers in most of the regions. So when I'm preparing this, I might want to review what the student already knows. Let's see how my document now helps me to navigate to this information which the student already knows. So let's go back to my document which I'm using to prepare this lesson plan. So over here, I'm teaching this concept which is in Form 3, but I'm aware somewhere in Form 1, the students covered or mentioned current electricity in measurement 1. And I can be able to review that and see that when they were talking about the 7 basic physical quantities in Form 1, they mentioned electric current, and it is measured in amperes, and the symbol for amperes is A. So when I want to review that information or remind the student of what they already know, I know the exact page where I can refer the students to if I need them to go and read about a little bit more about what they know. The other topic where they encountered that information is in Chapter 10, Cells and Simple Circuits. So within a click, it takes me to that chapter, and I'm able to see that this is what the student already knows. This is what I've already taught the students about current and potential difference. I've taught them about symbols, I've taught them about potential difference, and so many other things in current electricity 1, in a topic we call cells and simple circuits. Now in Form 3, we are dealing with the same concept of electric current and potential difference. You can see that when I'm using this document, it takes me to any part of my syllabus as far as my reference textbooks is concerned, and I'm able to quickly point out to the student where they need to go and review that material. Again, when this information is in my computer, I'm able to use a data projector to display this information on a screen or on a wall for them to be able to see. So it is important that your textbooks are in digital form. When you go online, you find that most textbooks are not in digital form. So you might be forced to scan your textbook and put it in your computer. So today I want to show you how you do that properly. So I'm using an HP scanner referred to as HP ScanJet 2410. It's an old scanner, but it will serve me right. And remember, in this channel, I show you how you can use what you already have to use ICT to teach. You do not always need to use the latest hardware or software. You may find that even old hardware comes in handy. For instance, this one is an old scanner, and you can see that when I open it, it prompts me to scan either a picture or a document or even make copies. What I'm interested in is to scan the document. So I will open my scanner and get the document inside there. Let me assume I want to scan this particular textbook. It's a Form 2 students book, biology book. So I want to scan that, and this is the page that I want to scan, or maybe the whole textbook, for example. So I'll put it carefully, and you make sure that the edges of the paper which you want to scan are held against the edge of this scanning table over here. And then you can put another paper here in order to block this section here, and then gently close the flap like that. And now you're ready to go back to this part here, and now let us click Scan Document. And there is this pop-up window which prompts me to document to PDF file. In other words, convert your document to a PDF file. I want to go a little bit further and convert the document to a searchable PDF file. Here, this is the best when it comes to scanning PDFs. So I'll click on that and I will click Scan. Then it will prompt me to identify a location where my scanned files will go. It's always good to leave it in default setting where it goes to the documents and in a folder called My Scans. And once you're satisfied with that, you can click Scan, or you can click OK. And let's do exactly that. And over here it's preparing to scan. Give it time, and now it has started scanning the pages, or at least it has started to scan that particular page. It's always good to be patient and be careful with this scanner. You don't press this flap when it is scanning, because if you do that, you may spoil this scanner. It's very sensitive. Like you can see, mine has already got a defect. There is this blue line here. This one appeared because in the storage of the scanner itself, somebody may have placed heavy objects on the scanner itself. So it developed this blue line, which I've never been able to remove. So this is what appears. This is the whole document as seen by your scanner. So, but I'm just interested in this particular page here. So what I will do, I'm going to crop it. So click on crop, and there are these corner edges that will appear. So I'll grab one of them, move it all the way. If possible, I can be able to get rid of that particular line. All right, but where it won't be possible, I leave it as it is. I grab this at the end and crop it upwards like that. The other edges are okay, but if you find there is something that is, there is some dirt or something that is unwanted anywhere, just remove it. Now the other thing is this. Since I want to scan the whole textbook, of course I'm not going to do that in this video because this textbook has got very many pages. The idea is just to show you what you do so that you can be able to replicate this with any other standard scanner out there. Most of them work out the same way. Now there is these dimensions. The width is 17.32 and 24.39. 17.32 and 24.39. Now you're going to click on the display selected area, and you can see the moment I do that, it just shows me the selected area over here, and it's got these dimensions. So I'm going to click crop. And once I do that, now the only page which appears is the one that I've just scanned. You can see how neat it is. Now I want to scan the next page. All I need to do is I will go to my scanner. Now go to the next page, which is here. I might want to, for my scanner here, because I noticed that it's got a certain unwanted line, I might want to take all the pages to this other side so that I can always find a way of cropping out that unwanted blue line. So I will click on add page, and it starts scanning the next page. Again, remember not to press this cover so hard, but it's important that there are no spaces again. So again, now it is scanning the second page, and you can see part of it has got a little bit of dirt in it, and we can remove that using the crop tool. So again, at that particular point, I'll want to crop, and it's important that you remember the dimensions that you had used, because those are the exact dimensions you're going to enter here. The reason you do that is because you would like all the pages to have the same dimensions. Now this is the blue line that I was talking about. I just want to get rid of it up to that point. And I also want to get rid of these dirt from that other section. There is some dirt at the top there, and of course at the bottom here I want to come all the way up to that point. So you'll have to ensure that these dimensions are almost the same, so that all your PDF pages will have the same dimensions. And once you say crop, the second page appears here. You can see again it is very neat. And once you are through with scanning the pages which you want, you might want to scan this textbook in terms of chapters, so that you can say the first one is chapter 1, the second one is chapter 2, and so forth. And because this one is just an example, I will click finish. So once I click on that, it will start processing those pages. And now I can go to my document and try to locate them where they are. So once I'm at my documents, go to documents, my scans, because I know that is where all the documents were put. Then I will navigate all the way to the bottom somewhere around here. The document that I've just scanned is this one, because it is the latest one. You can see the date and the time. So I'm going to click on that, and you can already see that it is a PDF document, because a PDF reader is the one which can open this document properly. So I'm going to double click, and here is my scanned document, and you can see that it is very, very neat. Let's look at the diagrams. When I hover my cursor over the diagram, you can see it turns into a plus sign. That shows that this one was scanned as a picture. But the moment I move out of that picture and I go to where the text is, you can see that my cursor turns into a vertical line, allowing me to click, drag in order to select. And you can see the text which I want is selected. Now I can copy and paste it in my lesson plan. And that is how you go about scanning documents which already exist and you want to turn them into digital content. And today I was dealing with text-based documents. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, and remember to stay safe.